Welcome. I am Vuyani from Let's Check In. Today I'm excited to introduce to you our new podcast, Let's Check In SMME Edition. Now, this podcast is established to help bridge the information gap within the SMME community. We will bring you expert advice and practical tools on how to run a business. So if you want to start your business, grow your business, or even exit it someday, this is a podcast that you want to tune into. We will air our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock. So if you want to start, grow, and exit your business someday, please, I encourage you, join in. Let's learn together. Until next time. Lerato, we meet again. How are you checking in?
I am checking in well.
Okay.
And how are you?
I like how you answer my how are you checking in a very short way.
Yeah.
You always like, I'm fine, you know.
But if I'm going to explain how I am, it's gonna take half of the shoot to explain how I am. So we summarize.
But was it a good day today?
It was a good day.
Okay.
A productive day. Good,
Yeah.
It was a really good day. Yeah.
What's the highlight?
Hey, I got a message that I'm getting a refund. Hey,
Okay.
and I need the money. Hey?
You need the money.
Yeah, I need
Hey,
it
kiddies
for the
and
project.
money. And there's Black Friday going on
I
right now.
subscribe to Black Friday.
You don't? Oh, you're anti-Black Friday.
I'm anti-Black Friday. Sorry, guys.
You're anti-dummies. Let's talk about our topic for today.
Yes.
We are talking about employment contracts. So what we've done in the past few weeks, for someone who's watching this for the first time,
Yes.
we first went into the CIPC, introduced it so that somebody who is about to start a business knows where to go and how to start, how to register a business.
Yep.
Then we spoke about SARS, tax types, that are there, and how to go about getting your tax
SARS
clearance or SARS compliance. And then we went on to talk about, please remind me,
We started the series of labor law,
labor law,
which is
Yes.
labor law compliance, this is one of the episodes. We talked about UIF, we talked about
Yes.
COIDA, and now we are on employee.
And
And this is a long journey. Hey?
Yeah, and you need to go and
Really.
answer your people on TikTok
Yes,
because
yes, ne?
they want their answers.
Guys,
they've been
no.
asking questions, and I've been saying, Lerato, I don't have answers yet.
I was
Please
in training
answer.
this week, so next Saturday this week.
Okay.
I was untouchable this week, so I will get to the answers. I promise.
Please,
Yes,
answer those. And I just want to encourage anyone who's watching this
Ask
podcast,
questions.
ask questions,
Yes.
especially on TikTok. That's the platform that we are liking these days.
Yeah.
So please ask your questions on TikToks. On TikTok, and hopefully in the near future we can have a live where we get to answer these questions.
100%. That would be fun.
Nice, very nice.
Yes.
Yes, so we look forward to that. Crystal is going to set it up for us nicely. Today we are talking about contracts.
Yes.
So now this person has got a company that is registered. They've got their tax clearance certificate. They now want to go on to UIF and COIDA. But first, they must employ someone to come and work for them.
Yes.
Why is it important for someone who is employing a person to have a contract? Because rona ra ba hira fela, and we don't think it's necessary. In fact, we think a contract is just an administration et or tied up.
Exactly. Thank you for saying it that way. We understand with compliance, labor law, whatever compliance, it's an admin-intensive process. People don't like admin, especially when you're a business owner. You're operational. You want to get in, do the service or sell the product, get the money, and expand your business or do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Then here I am, I'm your HR consultant. I'm like, wait, sir, ma'am, you need to do this, you need to sign this. You don't have this document for this thing and that thing and that thing. And then you guys feel like really tired.
Yeah.
But we're actually protecting you.
You know what I've seen also? Sometimes I can even stretch it to say, handling the contract the employee do now that you're formalizing it, now people start feeling like they must be treated a certain way, that they were not demanding to be treated on with their previous employer.
As you said that I had a passion that is growing in me to say this. You are so right. I think why employers avoid contracts and putting things in writing is because it does create some sort of sense of entitlement or demanding from the employees. But as an employer, you shouldn't be afraid of that, because whether there's a contract or not, the employee could still turn out to be demanding and wanting things because they listened to this podcast and they heard how one has the benefits they saw.
Yeah.
And then they run to you like, lena ka di batla. So whether you have a contract or not, the employee will still out tidy.
Mara, the thing is, Lerato, and I'm saying this from experience. What I've also observed this. And by the way, a disclaimer must be out.
Okay.
I do give my employees contracts.
Okay. Disclaimer noted.
But what I've seen is, I know of people that we've employed who were working in, places where they don't have contracts.
Or pay
Some
slips.
of those people, yes, no contracts, no pay slips. And some of those people did not get even paid. But they never went to the CCMA or took the employer to the CCMA. And then with you or with me, I give them a contract, I give them, their pay slips, I give them all of these things.
Yes.
I give them their
Your
rights,
KPIs, their job descriptions. Yes.
And then when you dismiss the same person for one reason or the other,
Yeah.
now they want to take you to the CCMA because they feel, this was a formal agreement. Or they feel that because I had a contract, I'm going to go and take this person to the CCMA. So I do believe that to some extent it is the case.
Yeah. And let's talk about if you don't have a contract of employment, what issues it could cause. People think, no, this person knows what they do and I pay them every month, so it's fine. Remember, when we did the UIF and COIDA, we talked about that employers have a responsibility.
Yes.
You have a certain level of responsibility. You must document your employees. You must show who your employees are. For example, you are now a big deal. You're no longer a small business. You are medium size, going into large. And now you're on the Department of Labor's radar to say, let's just check that their things are in order. Now you have 200 employees. Now the Department of Labor comes in. They're like, ma'am, sir, can I see your employee contracts and employee files? And you're like, ish. Oh, okay, I'm fining you 500 Rand for each and every contract you don't have in place. Then now you're going to feel the need I should have established a culture of giving my employees contracts in the beginning.
Yeah. So don't think about your business as a small business because it has a potential to
Grow.
Yeah. And once it has grown, it's going to be difficult for you to go back. So it's better to introduce these things early.
And then when you have 200 employees, then you call me and say, Lerato, we need your HR services. We need contracts and employee files and KPIs and job descriptions for 200 people. And then I charge you 200K. You're going to cry. And I'm like, but look at the effort it's going to take to get all these things in place.
Okay.
Not 200K per month, like maybe 200K over a certain period of time for the service.
For the duration that you'll be.
Whereas when you had 2 employees, and you had a contract already, then when you got the 3rd one, you gave them a contract and all the other paperwork, then the 4th one, the 5th one, then at least it's in place.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend so much money now to run around and go backwards and get it in place.
Okay. So in short, you are saying why is it important for an employer or someone employing a person to have a contract with that person?
So
I just want us
I must sum up the answer. So the answer is, as an employer, you need to subscribe to the labor laws. One of the labor laws is the Basic Condition of Employment Act, where it tells you what are the basic conditions that employees must have when they are under your employment. Okay. So if you do not have a contract, you cannot prove that you've given these employees these basic conditions. It's a proof of your contract that you have with the employee. Yes, I know the fact that you pay them regularly and you have a verbal agreement also constitutes a contract, but having it in writing solidifies that contract.
Yeah.
The contract has other conditions in it that are necessary for your company. It's necessary to agree on it. Because not having a contract of employment, you can also easily disagree on certain things. Because who's going to remember what you said 20 years ago when you employed me?
Yeah.
But the contract will remember because it's in writing.
Yes.
And it's signed and dated. So it's about ensuring that you are compliant with the labor laws and ensuring that you are giving your employees the basic conditions that the laws require.
Yeah. It's about starting with a bigger plan in mind, you know, knowing that tomorrow I want this business to be able to, you know, outlive me. I want this business to be able to be sold, maybe.
Thank you for saying sold. Sorry to cut you. Waban, now you want to sell your business. Your business is now a big deal. You want to sell it for 50 million. One of the due diligence you need when you're doing an acquisition is to have your employee contracts in place and your payroll records and everything in place.
Yeah.
Now you can't sell your company because now you must go back and have those things in place. That's why I was also saying, let's also look at what are the negative things that can be caused when you don't have an employee contract. Because some people remember things when they on the negative. Because I could talk about the positive, you know, things are in place and your agreement is solidified. They were like, whatever. How about I tell you what happens when you don't have it? I think that will stick in your head more.
We are motivated by the fear of, you know,
of
the
fines from the
yeah.
department level, 500 rand for each employee because you don't have the contract in place and a strict timeline to have it in place.
But in all honesty, does it happen? I mean, somebody could argue that, but the labor has never.
Yes.
I mean, I know a lot of people. I've never heard anyone saying that the labor department is going to fine me or has fined me. And I'm thinking about someone was Kambani. I'm always going to use and hop on this example. You know, somebody could be saying, the labor is not going to come to my shop and, you know, harass me.
Then I say to that person and to you, like, I have a client who has about 4 there's permanent and fixed terms. Let's say in total they have about 7 employees.
Okay.
The Department of Labor just randomly came in, I think 2 months ago.
Okay.
And they had employment contracts, but there was something in the employment contract that wasn't there. And then they fined them 300 rand per employee and gave them a timeline to fix it.
Okay.
This happened 2 months ago.
So it does happen.
It does happen.
It's not something that is.
It's not a fairy tale.
Okay.
It happens.
All right. Okay. What are the different types of contracts?
Okay.
So if now I've employed a person, how do I know what contract to choose?
To even use.
Yeah, to even use.
Yeah, maybe that's also the struggle why people don't even have contracts in place. Because now let's take it back to what is Kambani. And people may be running the garden service. You're not going to give a gardener a permanent, let's say you're starting your business and you've got 2 guys working for you and machines and all of that and a few clients. And you're still growing your business. I'm not going to give the gardeners permanent contracts to say you work Monday to Friday and you earn this amount of money per month because now you're not sure. You're still growing your business. You haven't solidified clients. Maybe you've got 2 clients solid.
Yes.
So 2 times a week, you've got job. The other times you're still growing, you're still gaining more clients. It wouldn't make sense now to permanently employ people.
Yeah.
So I get why maybe some people don't have contracts because they think you only get a contract when somebody's permanent, meaning they work for you full time, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. But that's not the only type of employment contract. You have fixed term contracts. People work for a fixed amount of time.
Okay.
So maybe you have a project, you an engineer or you're a contractor, and you have a project and it's a 6 months project.
Yes.
Again, you're not going to want to hire someone permanently and say, you work for me, your start date is this and there's no end date and you're going to pay them this amount of money. Because you know what's going to happen? When your contract ends in 6 months, they're going to still expect to stay employed. And you're going to have
it did not have an end date.
Because it didn't have an end date. And you must now find the money somewhere. Yes, you could win the case at the CCMA and prove or no, we had a project and the project ended. But now you're going to have to go through a battle.
Okay. So basically you're saying the first one is a fixed term contract.
Yes.
That is a contract where there's a start time and an end date, or a start date and an end date?
What one did you start with? Permanent?
No, like if it's a fixed term. So I know that this is going to be a 6 months project that I'm doing. It's going to start today and it's going to end in 6 months' time.
Yes. Then
that's a fixed term.
That's a fixed term because you know how long it's going to be. It's got a start and an end date.
Yes.
So that's a fixed term contract.
Okay.
And then we have permanent contracts.
Permanent.
So that's permanent employees. Your business is established. You've done your costings. You know now you need a secretary every day.
Yeah.
Or receptionist. Sorry, secretaries. We don't use that term anymore. You need a receptionist or an administrator or an a bookkeeper, because your company is a going concern and it's growing, and you have the budget to pay them every single month.
Yes.
That contract has a start date with no end date because it's permanent. You are working there until you decide to leave, or until
the wheels fall apart.
Until hopefully they don't fall apart. If the wheels fall apart, or if you do something so heinous that the employer has no choice but to terminate.
Yeah.
Or you're in breach of your contract that you are terminated. So that's a permanent contract, no end date.
Okay.
It ends by circumstances that are unknown.
Okay. So we know when it starts, but we don't know when it will end.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So are those the only two, fixed term and permanent?
Those are the most popular ones.
The main ones.
The main ones, yes.
Okay.
Then you've got other ones. You've got freelance contracts. That's usually more in the filming industries and all of that, because there's no fixed period, nor is there a permanent situation. So you only work when we need you.
Okay.
So that's a freelance contract.
So if I've got a garden service where I work Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays, or I only come when it has rained and the grass has grown.
Yeah.
That person, I'm not going to give them a fixed term. The guy that does the grass cutting, I'm not going to give them a fixed term. I'm going to give them a freelance.
No. Not the gardener, because with as much as you don't know when you're going to need him, you have an idea when it rains. When does it rain? We know the seasons, when it becomes more rainy than other days. You have some idea or when the gardener will be needed. You know the grass will grow.
Yes.
You are sure the grass will grow. It's unlike in the video filming industry. We don't know if we'll be approved for that shoot or whatever. So with the gardener, I'd give them a casual worker contract.
So there's a casual worker.
A casual contract, because they work casually. It's like in between freelance and fixed term.
Okay.
It's like, it's somewhere in the middle between freelance and fixed term. It's not so freelance where you're going to call them today and say, Emuna Rashuta, or Emuna, the grass has grown today. Come cut it. No,
Okay.
you can see when the grass is growing, so you can even plan, or no, come next week, Tuesday and Thursday, so that you can cut the grass.
Okay. So it is variable. Like, it's not like if I give a person a casual worker contract, they're gonna have to come every Tuesday now. And if I don't have work for that Tuesday, I still have to pay them.
You can put it in like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but also put a condition that, for example, if it rains on a Tuesday and you can't use machinery, then we will call you on a different day. Because like something like a gardener, it's very weather dependent. You could plan, or no, every Tuesday and Thursday you want your gardener to work. But then that Tuesday there's a hailstorm.
Yes.
So then you must have clauses in your contract. That's why it's a casual contract. It has the clauses embedded in it to give you some flexibility depending on weather or client requests.